Hello wild ones, and welcome to today's video. This week I had a newfound awakening while walking through the woodland. It's often in the woods that I find clarity, and today, my dears, I am hoping to share this topic with you, the art of self-care. My hope is that some of my ideas and workings might inspire some of your own when it comes to consistent self-care while living a magical life. My name is Headlund. If we haven't met before, I am often found with my hands soil covered in the wild woodland, in my herb garden and vegetable garden, or in the kitchen working my spoons. And as a green witch, I find magic in all life. And today I wanted to share with you some activities that helped inspire my love of self. So join me with an open heart and let's journey together. Caring for the self can be an easy task for some, but doing it with genuine self-love through magical thinking, well, that took a while. And it took things to a whole nother level for me. As I walked through the woodland, the spring was just awakening. And so was the thought that was troubling me deeply. Why don't I take more time for myself? Sure, I take plenty of time to create, but where is the time for nourishing my body and soul? So this week, I put some intentions into answering that question for myself. I created some action activities to give myself the time to focus on and manifest more time for self-care. As I walked through the wood, I planned a few activities that included this walk itself to ponder in nature and a few other walks throughout this week. Candle making in many different sessions, manifestation magic through writing and fire, and an evening in my bathtub with some magic herbs, of course. I decided to lay down some intentions on paper and to soul search myself. What is it missing in my life that makes it so hard for me to make time for self-care? As I wrote down my dreams of what I desire, and what was missing in my life was realized through my writing. For me, what is missing is consistency and presence, both for myself and my family. My magical working and frolicking is so overcome with busyness that I think I have forgotten myself and my family too. I give both myself and my family the bare minimum. So while I begun my candle making process, I wove ideas of self-reflection into the work. I imagined my life consistent and balanced. I set the intention to make time for myself and time for my family so I could connect, which I found is actually a form of self-care for me that I just personally need. I need my family and I need our connections. And I want to pause here and just thank my husband for being part of this week with me and processing all of these feelings that I have. He's given me so many great ideas, and he really is a beacon of a balanced man. Candle making is a magical process for me, and I get to it a few times a year. I usually use it for times when I need deep manifestation magic and contemplation, because the art of making candles requires time and patience through repetitive action, and thus candle making has built-in time for me to manifest through a mantra of focus. The candles being birthed this week are infused with my magical intentions to grow into a woman who prioritizes living a balanced life, one that is full of time for self-care. I'll be honest, loving myself is not really a question here, because I genuinely love myself truly, but I don't take enough time to tell myself regularly through consistent action or moments that I steal away from other work. I seem to value more than myself. When it comes to balance, there is what I give out and what I take in. Giving out is where I spend most of my time crafting and baking and making medicine and harvesting and beekeeping and caring for my dogs, making fires, caring for the children, and being busy for others, genuinely. This is not self-care time. This is out-breath, and I live here most of the time. And this leads to burnout. Slowing down and taking time for me and social family time, this is in-breath. So in-breath and out-breath need to be equal time spent. So the candle making session does two things for me. It gives me a living meditation process to let what is within unfold, and once the candles are crafted, it gives me memories of this inner work and reminds me of the magical intentions that came from this work, thus serving as an alarm clock to my soul to remind me to nourish self. Each time I light these candles that are strewn about my house, I am reliving my intentions. I am reliving the spell all over again. This week, I also got a package from my dear wild woodland friend. She's a fellow YouTuber, and I have linked her channel below for you should you be intrigued. In the mail, I got many new body salves and potions from my H sister, and I was just delighted to be thought of in this way. Thank you, my dear. I have wanted to take a bath for going on like 2 years now. I know, wild ones, you might be shaking your heads at me. I moved into my first home almost 2 years ago, and I haven't taken a bath yet? What kind of witch am I? The reason for this is spirit-oriented, mixed with my lack of self-care. So I had to take some time to smudge and cleanse the bathroom properly, but what a joy to feel it cleansed and see it sparkle as the water filled the tub. Bathing is sacred to me. So this week I rose to the challenge and got the bathtub ready. I used this lovely salt and flour mixture and just took a soak. I read some books. I applied a face mask from my local beauty botanical bar to seal in the mantra. And that mantra is, I am covered in self-love. I choose a balanced life. I choose to be present for myself and my family. I read some books and spent what felt like days in the bath, dreaming and manifesting. In reality, it was likely an hour. And so, my wild ones, I leave you here now in a state of bliss and balance, which I hope will continue to remain. Manifestation magic is the most powerful to me, and I'm so happy you took some time to play with this magic with me. May your life be full of balance too, and may we continue to inspire each other. Leave a comment if you feel moved to do so, and do like this video as it helps to support my work here. I also wanted to restate that self-care is time and presence we give to ourselves, both spirit and mind, and to our friends and family. It is not a task or a project we create. It is a walk in the forest without purpose, a laugh and some tea with a loved one. Love is attention, and so loving ourselves is giving real attention to ourselves. And that is what I learned this week. The candles remind me daily now, and so the magic grows. I got to a place this week where I could honestly say to myself, you are worthy of self-care time. And in case you haven't made it to this place yet, where you say that to yourself often, I wanted to say it to you, for you, should you accept. Are you ready? Wild one, you are worthy of self-love and time that is set aside for self-care. Wild one, you are worthy of self-love and time that is set aside for self-care. Wild one, you are worthy of self-love. And so onward we both can go now, striving for balance. There, I said it, and I hope it felt good. Blessings to your week, And as always, my dears, come and find me again